I've obviously listened to Dominic's music for many years, both his solo works and his works with other artists, and you're just like my favorite guitarist, man. So it's a thrill, absolute thrill for me to have you here.
Well, it's a great thrill to be here. And this is an opportunity I see to make some instrumental music that's meaningful. I mean, I've been working with Sting for 16 or 17 years or something, and he's a fantastic songwriter. I think that Peter writes incredibly strong melodies, and that's something that I'm attracted to. I've worked with some incredibly prolific pianists and guitarists and bass players and drummers, like some of the best people in the world, but very few musicians that I've worked with have a very, very strong sense of melody. And the great thing about his melodies is that they create a lot of vision. They're very panoramic, or I don't know what the word I'm looking for is. And it's like we don't need lyrics. I love the idea of being able to do instrumental music that is just as strong, if not stronger, than a really good song. And that's what I'm trying to achieve with this album. It's because they are like songs, they have stories. And what's great about this album, I think, is that the listener can decide what these stories are.
Yeah, meaningful is important to me too. I never wanted to be one of those musicians that just, you know, plays parties or sporting events or whatever. Do you know what I mean? I've never really wanted to be the best jazz piano player, classical piano player. I've always really felt like I wanted to do something that communicated something emotionally, something that was healing or balancing, you know, that created a space where I could just be myself in a way that maybe I couldn't be myself in other places in the world, you know, and help create that space for other people to experience what they need to and want to experience without being told what that should look like or what it's about.
The common denominator is that we have very defined roles, and that's what makes it work. And I have a sound, he's got a sound, and there are moments when I take a melody and there are moments when he takes a melody. But I think what's interesting is that we don't really know exactly what we're doing, but that gives it a kind of quality that's quite unique. The piano and the guitar are quite similar instruments, but really our roles are quite different, I think. And that's what makes it interesting for me. And you write very, very strong melodies, so all I'm trying to do is edit your melodies into some kind of form that would kind of be packaged into a 3 or 4 minute tune and not a 5-minute tune. We were arguing about that, weren't we? About, you say that the songs should be 6 minutes, and I say they should be...
5 to 6 minutes, yeah.
Yeah, well, you know...
7's even okay.
I like 3 or 4 minutes. It's like good sex. In a English style.
One of the things that I really enjoy doing, and it's sort of like self-torture in a way, is I like to set myself up in situations to see how things unfold without a whole lot of planning, you know, and kind of doing that with this record where, you know, honestly, we both came here with not a lot of material, you know, ready to go. And so there's this sort of discovery going on, well, who are we together? What is our collaboration really like? We asked each other, do you know of any albums that are piano, guitar albums? And we couldn't think of one. And so we're really kind of venturing into new territory. And it's kind of exciting to just be like, well, you know, discovering what is this going to be and how it's going to work.
If you want to do something creative, you could do it anywhere. It's not about the scenery or anything like that. I think it's just it's an inside job. It's a question of connecting with your real true self. And making instrumental music is exactly that. And this album is exactly about a true connection with, first of all, myself, then with Peter, and then with whoever else might be interested in it. It doesn't really matter, really, but the strongest thing about it is to be able to do something that's sincere. And it's very difficult to do sincerity, you know, in the music business.